Now, in high definition, from Florida's top-rated television station, this is News Channel 5 at 5:30.
Good evening. I'm Kelly Dunn. Shannon Cake is on maternity leave.
I'm Tim Malloy. Witnesses say the engine was dead. It looked like the pilot of the crippled white plane was trying to land it in a parking lot. It made for frightening moments in the small seaside community of Ocean Ridge, east of Boynton Beach today. The pilot came up short, slamming into a construction site. This is what the scene looks like right now, live, as Chopper 5 hovers overhead. The plane splitting on impact, the pilot still strapped in, all on A1A in good flying conditions. The bulk of the twin-engine Cessna 402 ended up crumpled and wrapped around a power pole on A1A. Before slamming to the ground, it hit and left wreckage on the roof of the Ocean Ridge Police Station, which is under construction. Sherry Minervino looked up and knew the plane was in big trouble.
We were on the beach, and we saw it come down, and it was low, 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 and then all of a sudden we saw the big puff of smoke. It hit, and that was it. And we all came running.
From Chopper 5, a few hundred feet above, it looked bad, but there was hope for the pilot.
We did see them pull up a stretcher with a backboard. Now, they wouldn't be trying to pull up that backboard if they thought that this person did not have a chance of survival.
The 6-year-old pilot was conscious on the scene, but they had to extricate him from the wreckage. With great care, the pilot was removed from his crushed aircraft, flown to Delray Medical Center. The architect of the two buildings under construction, City Hall and the police department, took some solace in the fact that none of his workers were hurt and the buildings withstood the hit. But he says it is going to cost a lot to fix it.
By the time they take it down, cut it all back, and if it rains, more damage.
At the crash site, the town's vice mayor surveyed the scene.
I'm glad that the pilot is alive. Seriously, you know, that's more important than anything else. They can put that cement back up.
Pilot's name is not yet released, but Captain Julie tells us he was conscious when he was pulled out of that aircraft. The plane is registered to Jean Baradell of Boynton Beach. One more note, at one point, about 1,600 people were without power, and now it's back down to about 50. What's left of the wrecked plane is still on the scene until investigators can do more on their probe, taking pictures and taking measurements.
And that in itself is causing big issues with local residents who are just trying to make their way around that area. Chopper 5 and Captain Julie are above the scene right now. Julie, how's the traffic right now tonight?
Well, we do have section of A1A closed just north of Ocean Ridge, which is just a little bit north of Boynton Beach Boulevard, for about a block north of City Hall here, as we do have FP&L working in conjunction with Fire Rescue and the NTSB trying to get this wreckage. They do have a crane. They're going to lift this wreckage off of the building and then put it onto the back of a flatbed. But as you can imagine, all of this takes time, and they do have to have this roadway shut down here in the local vicinity of Boynton Beach 1A because of this recovery process. So your alternates tonight would definitely be Federal Highway. You could take Ocean Ridge across to Federal, or even 95 if you just want to avoid this whole mess here on A1A north of Boynton Beach. That's how it looks from Chopper 5. Back to you.
All right, Captain Julie, stay right here for all the coverage you need on this developing story. Ahead at 6 o'clock, we'll take you back to the scene on the ground and from the air where that plane remains at this hour. Then we are talking to the pilot's family. Hear what they're saying tonight after this unreal afternoon and the pilot surviving this crumpled crash.
A lot of other news here. Another story about scrap.